Okay, guys. We are working on 9.1. I hope you have your vocab words in. Here we go. Line plots. How can a line plot help you find an average with the data given in fractions? Students have measured different amounts of water into a beaker for an experiment. The amount of water in each beaker is listed below. So step 1. Here's our line plot. Here's our title to our line plot. It's water used in a cup. If the total amount of water stays the same, what would the average amount of water in the beaker be? Well, first of all, we got to figure out we don't have the same amount. So we want to figure out how much we have first and then how we would put that as the same amount. So the first thing we have to do is draw an X for as many times as recorded. Okay, so for a quarter, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, half, 1, 2. So 2, 1, 2. 3/4 is 3. All right, so we have that all labeled. I hope you have yours all labeled. Okay, now how we can figure out to get that we're talking about the same amount. Find the total amount of all the beakers that contain 1/4. So there are 7 beakers that have 1/4. So that is 7/4 or 7 over 4 or 1, because 4 goes into 7 one time, minus 4 with 3/4 left over. Okay, we figured out how much it is of a fourth. Now we have to do step 2, which is, or 3, which is find out how much there is in a half. There's 2 of those, 2 halves, 2 over 2, we know that equals 1 cup. Now we need to figure out the 3/4. Okay, so 3/4, we had 3 of them, so 3 times 3/4 is 9/4. It's an improper fraction, so let's make it a mixed number. 4 goes into 9 2 times with 1/4 left over. All right, now we have our totals of all of them, and we have to add them all up. So when we add these up, I'm going to add the whole numbers first, and I get 4. And 3/4 plus 1/4, our denominator is the same, so we measure across, which is 4/4 plus 4/4 equals 1 whole, so we have 5. So now we have, how many do we have? We have 5, and we're breaking it into 12 equal parts. Where did the 12 come from? The 12 came from, if you count how many you have here all together, that is your denominator, or numerator. It's how many times they're breaking it into it. So if I would write this as a fraction, it is 5 over 12. Because our dividend goes first, and then our denominator. So the average is 5/12 cup. Okay, see how the line plot helped you get that. All right, let's see if we could do it another way. We could have done order of operations, which is really what we did. 7 times 1/4. So 7 times 1/4 was 7/4. This was 1 whole, because 2 times 2, 1/2. 3 is 9/4. And if we add that together, we get, so this is like saying 4/4, but let's add this quickly. We get 16/4, and that's an improper fraction, so we change it, and 4 goes into 16 4 times plus 1 is 5, so it's 5/12. That's just another way of doing it, is to break it apart and then divide it by how many you had all together. All right, let's do another one. so blurry. Okay. Rain divided 3 2-ounce bags of rice into smaller bags. The first bag he divided into 1/6 ounces each. The second bag was divided into 1/3 ounces, and the third bag was divided into 1/3 each. Find the number of 1/6, 1/3, and 1/2 ounces. All right, so we can use the number line again, and we have to label. Here's our label of our line graph, line bar. We got to give it a title. So the title could be what? Weight of rice bags, because that's what we want to know. All right, so we labeled those. All right, now we're going to use division to figure this out. I don't know which is better, guys. So we're going to divide. Why are we dividing 2 into 1/6? Well, because we have 2-ounce bags and we want to put them all into 1/6. So if we did, so when we divide, we just do 2 times 6, which is 12. Remember, we're dividing, we're starting with a whole number. 3 divided by 1, 2 divided by 1/3, and we have 6, which equals 12. Oops, sorry. 2 divided by 1/3 is like taking 2 times 3, which is 6. And 2 divided by 1/2, which is 2 times 2, which is 4. So draw an X for the amount. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's showing the weight of each one, how much we would have. And of course, 1/6 is smaller than 1/3, and 1/3 is smaller than 1/2. So we would have less amounts in each bag. Okay. Here we go. I would love it if you could read this. That's better. Lillian needs to buy beads for a necklace. The beads are sold in mass. She sketches a design to determine what beads are needed. Then writes down the size. The size are shown below. So we have our sizes here, guys, in grams. What are the combined masses with the beads of 1/5? So let's look at 1/5, and we're going to do like we did on the first one. 1/5, 1, 2, 3. So there are 3 X's above the 1/5 on the line plot. So combine those, and it's 3/5 or 3/5 grams. Okay, now combine the mass of all the beads with the 2/5. So we have 2/5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5. And we've got to do 5 times 2/5, and we get 10 over 5, and we know that that equals 2. So we have, so far we have 3/5 plus 2 whole. Okay, now we got to combine the rest. So let's do 3/5, and we have 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, now 3 fifths times 3 equals 9 fifths. And 5 goes into 9 one time with 4 fifths left over. So plus 1 and 4 fifths. Okay, and the last one we have 4 fifths. We got 1, 2 of them. So 4 fifths times 2 equals 8 fifths. 5 goes into 8 one time with 3 fifths left over, 1 and 3 fifths. Okay, let's add these all together when we combine them. So I'll do the whole numbers first, which is 3. And then my denominators are the same. So I have 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have 10 fifths. 5 goes into 10 2 times. So that's plus 2. So we had 3 plus 2, which is 5. Okay, so our whole number is 5. And what's the average? Remember how we found the average is we have to divide 5 divided by whatever the total number we have. And we can do that by counting our x's. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So our answer is 5/13. Okay. All right, on your own. I would like you to do this with your partner and see how you do. You may skip that side. And let's see. Everything but 10 needs to be done on this page. So all but 10. And then all of the whole page, because these two go together with this one and then the rest. So it's just a matter of following the procedure, guys.